their date of birth, social. This is the doctor's information, and how many pages are in here, including the cover page. See here at the top, it says 1 of 14. So we know we got all records and the date that it was requested, or the date that I got the records. They even go to the, the time. And then there's the medical records. Okay, and it's up to you to just basically drop it, or however if you're emailing it or emailing it to a secure link at the carrier's website, whatever your GA's instructions are to submit this, how to submit requirements, that's the way you submit it. You don't take anything out of here, leave out certain pages or anything. It's not up to us to do any of that. What we get is what we send. Okay, we don't edit, alter, change anything. Okay? Okay, I'm going to button up here because we're already over, but one thing I wanted to talk to you before is one thing I wanted to go over with you guys. We talked about other carrier exams, but real quick, I want to touch base on something that's important. We had talked about at the last meeting about if you're ordering requirements and you're just not sure if an APS is needed, or whatever the situation in the front end. If it's something fairly quick, you can also send an email if you wanted to. But if it's something like, actually on an APS you can email it. A day isn't going to make a difference. But I would say, I'm more of a email kind of a person to the carriers than I am talking to an underwriter. And the reason for that is documentation. Documentation is huge in our business. If you ever have a he said, she said type of a situation, that will never be an issue. If you have an email, you have it in writing. And I have had to use those situations in the past where I've had it in writing and I've had to use it, to help fight my case for whatever situation that I'm in. In order, the carriers are pushing for you to communicate with them via email or on their website. If you can send a notification on the case through their website. I know AIG has it, Lincoln National has it, where you can send requests, if you want to ask a question. If we can, maybe direct that more opposed to calling and picking up the phone, the carriers would appreciate it. You'd probably get more done out of your day if you were to email opposed to picking up the phone and being placed on hold and going over your situation, what you need an exception or whatever you're trying to accomplish, painting a picture in that person's eyes what you're trying to get done and what the answer is to the question. It'd probably be a lot easier and better if you did it in an email, but understand if there's, a couple situations where you need to pick up the phone and just get a clarification or such. But one thing that I wanted to ask you guys is if you send a requirement to a carrier and you've allowed that carrier an ample amount of time for them to show that it's received on their website, and you see that it's still outstanding and they have not received it, or same thing, received, or show that it's been received or it's in review, I always go to the carrier's website, and if it still shows outstanding, I would say within like 2-3 business days, instead of picking up the phone and asking to see if they have it, it might be easier for you, and especially documentation purposes, for you to email that with that specific form or that specific email that gave the details to a yes answer, and just explain in your email that this is the second time that you're sending it or that you're providing that information, and just make sure you include the date that it was sent and the form of, how it was sent, if it was sent through paperclip or the website, whatever the situation is, opposed to picking up the phone. I think you would get a lot more done out of your day. Does that make sense to you guys?
Okay.
I just don't want you to think that you can pick up the phone and call. I mean, you're more than welcome to, but I'm sure the carriers would appreciate it. They'd get a lot more done in their day just as much as you. If you can allow them, at least 24 hours to respond to an email, if you show that you've sent something and they haven't received it, just make sure, you explain in your email. You don't just say, this is second time sending. you know, say this is the second time I'm sending it. I sent it via paperclip or email. A copy of it is below. Please have it, you know, receipted and updated and reviewed by the underwriter right away or something on that such. Just so you have it in writing. Is that okay with you guys?
Okay.
Okay. Anybody want, Lori, did you want to add anything?
No, I think it's captured very well. I think it went well.
Okay, good. Anybody have any questions?
As of now, we will send you an email to you if we have any queries.
Thank you. And then on Tuesday, we will, this was a part 2 of session 7. So on Tuesday, we will cover premium classifications and premium payment options. And I will try to incorporate that with the session 9 with the scrubbing of the application packet, since it's all in one. So that way we don't lose any time. Because as you guys see, as we're getting further and further in the process, it's getting more and more detailed. We're diving way more deeper, and it's getting more hands-on. And it, you know, things. If you're feeling lost already, you need to speak up and, you know, ask for assistance now, because it's just going to get more and more deeper and more. And if you're lost now, you're going to get definitely lost later. Okay.
Okay.
Hey Joey, this is Shaba here.
Hello.
Hi. So I was just hoping if you could share the PDF or the sample data that you were showing us with A